You wake up in the middle of the night, look at the clock, sigh deeply, and walk to the bathroom for the third time in the same night. The next day, you open your kitchen cabinet and see just a package of ordinary seeds. I look at that same cabinet and see pure chemistry. I see the salvation for your sleepless nights. Many men today spend fortunes at pharmacies seeking powerful medications that forcibly relax the bladder, but which bring terrible side effects like dizziness, low blood pressure, and even failure during intimacy. But they completely ignore that in the cereal drawer there exists a structural compound that botanical medicine has used for centuries to fortify what I call the prostate shield. Today, I'm going to teach you a specific combination. It's not some internet recipe for loosening the intestines. It's a clinical protocol for prostatic de-inflammation and urinary control. We're going to use the hidden fibers and bioactive compounds of an extraordinary seed, prepared in the form of a warm infusion. When used exactly right, they create a mechanical and hormonal effect that does two crucial things: reduce swelling in your prostate capsule and stabilize your bladder flow. If you feel like your urinary flow is weak, dripping, or if you can't stand having your sleep destroyed by nighttime trips to the bathroom anymore, stay with me until the end of this lesson. I'm going to teach you the exact recipe for the prostatic infusion. Hello, I'm Dr. Mariana Alves, a urologist. Let's transform your kitchen into your best laboratory for men's health. Let's start by understanding the mechanical nightmare that's happening inside you. The problem of nighttime trips to the bathroom, which we call nocturia, is rarely just an issue of excess water. The culprit is almost always your prostate. The prostate is a gland the size of a walnut that surrounds your urethra, the channel through which urine passes. Over the years, oxidative stress, poor diet, and the conversion of testosterone to DHT cause the prostate to inflame and swell. It grows and squeezes your urethra like a hand crushing a hose. What's the disastrous result? Your bladder never empties completely. You go to the bathroom, strain, but there's always urine left inside. Since the bladder remains partially full, it sends alert signals to your brain every hour during the night, begging you to get up. And when your sleep is chopped up and destroyed, your body doesn't enter deep sleep phase. Without deep sleep, you don't produce natural testosterone and wake up exhausted. Your physical engine collapses. This is where our saving star comes in, flaxseed. But I'm not talking about flaxseed as just fiber for digestion. Flaxseed is the world's greatest source of an absurdly powerful phytochemical compound called lignan. Lignans aren't just for giving texture to the seed. Clinical urological studies show that lignans have natural anti-inflammatory and anti-androgenic properties. What does this mean in urological practice? Lignans enter your bloodstream, travel to the prostate tissue, and help inhibit the enzyme 5-alpha reductase. That's the exact enzyme that makes your prostate swell. In other words, flaxseed lignans act as a shield for your prostate. They help de-inflame and reduce swelling in the prostatic capsule from the inside out. If the swelling decreases, the hand that was crushing your urethra relaxes and the channel opens. For men's health, a free urethral channel is synonymous with youth. You finally manage to empty your bladder completely in a single trip to the bathroom. Now, why prepare this as a warm infusion? Why not just toss the whole seeds on your food? The biology of extraction is everything. Flaxseed has an extremely hard shell. If you eat the seeds whole, they'll go in your mouth and come out intact in the toilet. You absorb absolutely no lignans. The secret is to grind and hydrate. When you grind the flaxseed and mix it with warm water, you release not only the lignans, but also create a healing mucilage. This mucilage, which is a natural soluble gel, coats the urinary tract, soothing the irritated bladder and reducing the spasms that make you feel urgency to urinate. So the math is impeccable. The lignans reduce prostate swelling, and the warm mucilage calms the bladder. Together, they work like a biological sedative for your urinary system. Attention, this is where the vast majority of men make a huge mistake in preparation. They buy old flaxseed flour from the supermarket, which is already oxidized and ineffective, or throw it into boiling water, destroying the essential omega-3 oils. There's a clinical and correct way to extract the benefits without ruining the compounds. The ingredients are precise. You'll need whole golden or brown flax seeds. You should grind them yourself in a blender or coffee grinder right at the time of use, or grind enough for the week and store it in the fridge in a dark jar. You'll use exactly 1 heaping tablespoon of this freshly ground flaxseed. The second ingredient is 200 milliliters of warm filtered water. Not boiling. If the water bubbles, you kill the omega-3. The water should be at that comfortable body temperature. The prostatic infusion recipe is straightforward. Put the tablespoon of ground flaxseed in a glass. Pour the warm water over it and stir very well. Now, the most important step, cover the glass and let it rest for exactly 10 minutes. This is called cold infusion or active hydration. You'll notice the water becomes slightly thick, like a thin gel. That's the remedy coming out of the plant and into the water. Drink it without straining, swallowing the fibers. Dr. Mariana, does this work on the first night? Once again, I need to be clear. This isn't an aggressive synthetic remedy that paralyzes your bladder. It's a continuous biological restoration. The best and only time to take this infusion is about 1 to 2 hours before you go to sleep. Why? Because it acts during your rest, when prostatic metabolism is recovering, and it doesn't overload your bladder with excess liquids right at bedtime. I need to be the nagging and strict doctor now. Flaxseed is fantastic, but in excess, it's a blocker. Flaxseed powder is pure fiber. If you try to take 5 tablespoons a day, thinking your prostate will heal in 24 hours, you'll cause a dangerous intestinal blockage or severe cramps. Stick to the clinical dose of 1 to at most 2 tablespoons per day. More isn't better. It's a risk to your intestines. And the golden alert, always drink plenty of water during the day to help the fiber move. If you already have a diagnosis of advanced prostate cancer or inflammatory bowel diseases, like Crohn's in an acute phase, high fiber use should be discussed with your specialist doctor. Watch this improve. When I say this, I'm talking about your peace of mind, your ability to put your head on the pillow, close your eyes, and only open them the next day when the sun rises. Nature isn't in a hurry, but it doesn't fail. If you give your body the right compounds, the flaxseed lignans, the mucilage, and patience, your body will reward you with control over your prostate and the return of your deep sleep. I challenge you to try the warm flaxseed infusion test for 7 nights in a row. Prepare your tonic, reduce liquids after 7 p.m., and go to sleep. After a full week, come back here in the comments of this video and tell me how the frequency of your bathroom trips decreased and how your morning energy skyrocketed. If you like this practical, cheap, and highly evidence-based tip from natural urology, give it a like right now. Subscribe to the channel to keep protecting your men's health, your prostate, and your vitality in a smart way. I'm Dr. Mariana Alves. A toast to your urological health, and until our next meeting.